Hi, my name's KIERON Seamons, and I'm an artist, illustrator, and I have been since I left school at 16, which is quite a few years ago now. I've worked for many of the big film companies, animation companies over that period of time, like Disney and others. And this month of October, I'm going to be doing some ink drawings for you. I'm going to be drawing mostly with the most gorgeous liquid on earth, which is Indian ink, black Indian ink. I absolutely love Indian ink, and I'll be doing some free flowing drawings over the next month. My drawing style is quite loose. I don't like drawing under drawings. I don't like drawing it in pencil first and then kind of putting the ink on in a very rigid, tight style on top. Um, I much prefer to kind of think of what I want to draw, uh, kind of work it out in my mind, and then sit down and put ink to paper. I think it seems to catch a kind of a loose, free, excited line. Uh, it kind of makes the image much more lively. I prefer that style of drawing at the moment. Um, so, in the next few days, I will show you some drawings. If you'd like to follow me, or I have an Instagram, I have a Facebook, I have a YouTube, so pop along and say hello. This is my desk where I do most of my illustrations. It's a very simple old writing desk from a guest from about the 1920s. It has a clock that doesn't work. It has comics for inspiration. One Piece is always a great start. I have lots of jars and bottles of ink, glasses to see with. I have brush pens, acrylic paints, some great music, oil paints, acrylic paints, beautiful Ecoline ink, watered down inks which are used like watercolors. They're absolutely beautiful. Check those out. Of course, we have the Winsor Newton inks and some more acrylic jars below. The Winsor & Newton are a little bit thicker than, say, the Talons ink, which I also use. I use a lot of Talons inks. Brushes, hundreds of brushes and lots of pens. I have spray jars for giving a much more loose airbrush effect, though I don't like it too uniform. I like it a little bit more messy kind of feel to it, more loose, more expression. I have lots of jars. People have asked before. The Marmite jar is extra nibs. The Bovril jar is more inks, acrylic inks. The larger jars here are grey scaled inks, coming from a very light grey to a middle grey to a darker grey. And I use those with a brush to kind of fill out, give some shadow and a little bit more depth to it. The inks, I have an acrylic ink here with a skull on it. It has a skull on it because it's an acrylic ink and it has a disgusting smell. So it's kind of like a warning reminder when I open it. More inks here. That's the Indian ink. The nibs I use mostly are the Geo Hughes. I kind of find that the ink nib is much more restrictive than some of the other nibs. I buy lots of these packets of nibs as well, just a mixed set of used nibs. that's a Geo Hughes nib, wherever the camera is. It's a very thin nib. It's quite not as wildly flexible as some of the others. You can use some of these flex nibs. They kind of give you a very wide berth, but not so keen on those. I have all different sizes of nibs here, lots of different ones, different sizes. Yeah, lots of different types of nibs and different inks, but very, very limiting. I don't try to explore too much on the technical side of tools and whatever. I think it should be mostly down to the artist. That's the type of style that I'm working on at the moment. Years I have illustrated hundreds of books, lots of different styles. This one is a black and white style. It's a love story between a man called Norman, a ghost, and a photo of his ex-lover. It's a beautiful book on Amazon. I've done colourful ones that came through from Inktober last year, which are the Cat books, much more loose, inky style, about a naughty cat with large balls. Quite a fabulous book. There was 2 volumes of those. Cat Frozen Nuts. I've done lots of children's books, Flogging the Oddies. There's quite a few of those too. It's a much more kind of a graphic style to it. Again, very, very beautiful set of books. Another Flogging the Oddies. I've done lots of comic books with a very kind of brush pen. It gives it a very loose comic style, but all done with brush and inks. Another different style. This was more with a 3D style. The same character, Little China. There's a little purple panda. Another comic version of Little China. Bigger panels for younger viewers. King Rara, which again is another set of children's books. A very beautiful style. I loved King Rara. It's about a king who's not very clever, and his loyal fans make all his wishes come true. And it's a fabulous set of kids books. Fabulous stories, lots of fun, lots of colour. And Emily, who is a little girl who discovers the animal world. And again, it's a very loose, kind of inky style. Another great style of books. And she has the bat and the cow and the flamingo. Lots of notebooks also on the same characters. I've also done lots and lots of inky style t-shirts, as in this one. So my work has been very diverse over the years. You can find t-shirts on Etsy under my name, KIERON Seamons Studio. A quick rundown on me and what I've done, and I look forward to doing some ink drawings with you over October. Say hi.